Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to the Piper Report. So Hillary Clinton is once again in the spotlight, but not for her Viva la Resistance movement or her excuses of why and how she lost the election and who is to blame ultimately for her failure to acquire the presidency, but because people are trying to get her top secret clearance removed from her. And also, the State Bar of Arkansas is considering disbarment of her for her illegalities, if you will. We'll start with the security clearance. State may pull Hillary's security clearance over private email server. State Department officials have opened a formal inquiry into Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server located in her New York residence and are considering whether she and her aides should lose their security clearances. Yes, they should. Because even if you want to believe that Hillary Clinton was completely innocent of her crimes, which I think everyone knows that is false, even the people that defend her, I think they do know she was lying about it, that she knew what she was doing. Even if, though, you give them the benefit of the doubt, she still violated the ethical guidelines that she had to abide to when she was Secretary of State. And not only that, she was supposed to receive, I think it was biannually or maybe even yearly, updates and training regarding the sanctity of upholding classified information. Because if certain security measures, if certain classified information ever gets leaked to the wrong hands, it can lead to the deaths of Americans. It can lead to the deaths of America and their allies. So this isn't a laughing matter. This isn't like she took a phone book home from her average supermarket. This is classified information that she was hiding on her own server. And the reason why I think we all know it is because she was afraid that she would be summoned with a Freedom of Information Act request. If that happened, she would have to give all those who know she's a criminal her email correspondence. Her material she would have to hand over, which would have led to her criminality and probably would have gotten her arrested. Officials are investigating her use of a private server in the basement of her Chappaqua, New York mansion to determine if she mishandled classified information during her tenure as the nation's top diplomat. Yes, she did. Former FBI Director Comey said in the July 2016 press conference that Clinton and her aides were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information. I prefer a better term. Grossly negligent, I think, would be more adequate. And despite what he said, Comey essentially laid out the groundwork. He laid out the foundation to properly indict Hillary Clinton on the charges that she committed, on the crimes that she violated. He laid it out, and at the very end, he decided not to recommend charges. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again. The whole reason he didn't recommend charges, it wasn't because he thought she was innocent. It was because he didn't want to be the only FBI director to subvert the first female president. And yes, at the time, everyone thought Hillary Clinton was going to be president. But when I say everyone, I mean the mainstream media and famous political pundits like that. They all thought that Donald Trump had no chance against her. So if Comey would have recommended charges, he would have ruined the only first female president of all time from getting in office. Not only that, he would have essentially guaranteed Donald Trump becoming president. And since everyone hates Trump, they would hate they would hate Comey. Comey, my homie, would probably get death threats even from it. So I understand why he did it, but since he always preaches like he is full of integrity, like he is a good moral person, you would think that he would say, you know what, the law is the law. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. Everyone has to ascribe to its fundamentals. Everyone has to listen to its regulations and abide by it. If he was truly like that, which he claims to be always when you watch his hearings on TV, he would have recommended charges. And even some of the statutes that, there's a reason why he didn't also indict her, and it's because he couldn't find any intent. But if you look on the federal statutes, on some of them, I think there's like 11 of them overall, federal statutes, some of them didn't even have the word intent. He incorporated the word intent strictly as a scapegoat, so he didn't have to actually recommend charges. He had a leeway. He could get out of it unharmed. So Comey always lost. He loses respect in my book from that. Also, his brother, Peter, works for DLA Piper, no relation, a law firm for the Clinton Foundation. So, I mean, there is a lot of Comey ties with Hillary, but anyways, where was I at? Officials found that Clinton's private emails contained dozens of documents labeled Top Secret and Special Access Program, the nation's highest classification, among her emails delivered to the department by her lawyer, David Kendall. Fox News reports that State Department officials are determining if Clinton and her aides violated government protocols by using her private server to receive, hold, and transmit classified and top secret government documents. Yes. I don't think you have to determine anything. I think the evidence is there. Even Comey laid out the evidence for us. He was pussied out, though, at the end. Last year, OPSEC, a nonprofit organization composed of retired Special Forces and intelligence officials, asked then Secretary of State John Kerry to pull Clinton's security clearance. They never received a reply. Grassley, the Iowa Republican who was chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, is separately investigating Clinton's handling of classified material, according to Fox News. In addition to Clinton, her closest aides, Uma Abedin, Cheryl Mills, and Jacob Sullivan, were reported to have enabled Clinton by posting documents in the secretary's emails. Abedin has also had thousands of Hillary's emails on a laptop owned by her estranged husband, former Democratic Representative Anthony Weiner, and present pedophile of New York, which is now in the FBI's possession. Weiner, the pedophile, pled guilty to pedophilia with a teenage girl. Abedin is filing for divorce. Again, Uma Abedin, I watched that Anthony Weiner documentary. I did kind of pity her. You felt bad for her because who she is married to, but she also broke the law. Her actions were synonymous with what Hillary Clinton did. They both violated federal statutes with regards to national security. They both should not have security clearances. They both should be in jail. But since jail seems to be out of the woodwork now, it seems like jail is almost impossible for Hillary to succumb to. This is the next best thing. Disbar her so she's no longer a lawyer and remove her security clearance. Fox reported did not know if the former inquiry began with Kerry or with Trump Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. The State Department declined to address any aspect of their inquiry into the former secretary and her aides, informing Sagar Enjeti, the DCNF's Pentagon and Foreign Affairs correspondent, due to privacy considerations, the department cannot provide any information regarding any current or former employees' security clearance or access to classified information. Now the other article. Arkansas bar to decide on potential discipline against Hillary Clinton. Former sex state and criminal Hillary Clinton escaped criminal charges last year, but her legal troubles may not be over. The Arkansas State Bar has promised a decision by next month on disciplinary action. Ty Clevinger, a Texas lawyer, filed an attorney misconduct complaint last year against Mrs. Clinton in Arkansas, accusing her of dishonest behavior and lying under oath in testimony to Congress. In an email Wednesday, Michael E. Harmon, deputy director of the State Bar's Office of Professional Conduct, told Mr. Clevinger he's still working the matter. It is my hope to have something to you by the middle of July at the latest, Mr. Harmon wrote. Mrs. Clinton, the criminal ability to practice law in Arkansas, has been suspended for her failure to keep up continuing education requirements, but could be reinstated. I don't think anything is going to happen to her. Again, there's two sets of laws, one for the common folk and one for the prestigious, high-powered people. And sadly, even though none of us understand why, Hillary is considered a prestigious, high-powered person, a criminal nonetheless, but high-powered, and therefore she has connections. She has people that can get her out of tight spots. She can do no wrong. There are two types of laws, I mean, if we go out and do what she did, we would be in jail. But she doesn't have to be in jail because she's Hillary Clinton, the first female presidential candidate to actually have a good chance of winning. She's a saint to us all, a democratic leader. It's a joke. It's a joke. I forgot what I was going to say. It was about James Comey, but well, I wish I remember. But yeah, I don't see this going anywhere. It is a good start, though, that people are actually standing up to her and saying, you know what, you did break the law. You may have weaseled your way out of it, but not forever. Your time is coming, Hillary. Karma is a bitch, and it is coming for you. So hopefully it continues. And hopefully Hillary Clinton gets her license revoked, and even better, loses her security clearance. And I'm done.